Alrighty, coming up on our next project. She's in the old brush. There she is. Case 310 dozer. Well, here she is. We got a 1960s era, probably early 60s to be honest. Case 310, and this is, I believe, an Echo model, an E model. I got the truck pulled in here because we're going to try and throw some jumper cables across and see if she has any life. As you can see, we got a sizable tree up behind her, which I don't believe was, I don't think that's grown since the machine has been parked here, which the track came off and that's kind of what parked it. But coming around on this side, I can assure you that tree definitely grew up around the dozer. So she's been sitting for a little bit. All in all, pretty decent machine, and for the price, it's worth a shot. So I have concerns because the muffler is open, no cover on that. You know, it's probably been sitting for about 10 to 12 years, and the oil is about 3 times as full as it should be. So we're going to dig into that a little bit more, see if we can get this thing to spin over. If it's not seized, I think she's going to be our next project. All right, first order of business, as I mentioned, our oil is pretty full, and it's actually only supposed to be about the bottom inch of that. So that's a problem. That would suggest we got water in there. Now, mind you, I did pop the radiator, and the radiator was dry, at least at the top. So hopefully we don't have an internal crack in the motor and we've dumped the coolant into the bottom end there. But again, here's our exhaust, and I'm suspect that could have been water in here. That said, I did not find any cracks or icicles or any signs of water. But what we'll do, we'll pull this end cap here off the exhaust manifold, and this will give us an idea of if there was water that accumulated up in here. It's a warm day today. It is winter, but it's a warm day today, so if we pop that and there's water in there, then we'll have issues. Again, unfortunately, I do believe we got water in the motor, but hopefully someone just overfilled it or an injector was leaking diesel. But I don't think we're gonna get quite that lucky, but we'll find out. Alrighty, got the bolts undone, so let's see if I can do this one-handed. I'm gonna have to get a screwdriver, I think. Yeah, we'll get a screwdriver. All right, take 2. Maybe. Is there a third bolt? Nope. Oh, here we go. Huh. Oh. Yeah. All right, so here's that. However, it feels like we got some serious soot. However, oh yeah. Oh man, it might be full. We'll see. A lot of junk up in here. Oh, actually, all right, that's somewhat reassuring. Wasn't all that much in there, unless it's up underneath in the bend. But All right, maybe next up here we'll try and remove this exhaust. Probably put some heat to it, get some oil on it, pull that off. Get another look at the top here, because I really want to make sure that this isn't full of water or junk before we try and start this thing, because I would rather not start it or attempt to start it, because I don't even know if this motor's locked up or not. But I would rather, if it will spin, I don't want to spin it with a bunch of junk in here or water and risk bending a rod, because ultimately we got a fighting chance to get this thing going if we don't do that. All right, good news, bad news. Good news, those bolts came off easy. Bad news is definitely feel some junk in there. So before we proceed too far, what we want to do is remove this manifold out, which I believe actually is going to be pretty easy. I don't know why I just said that, because that's gonna doom us there, but it's 1, 2, 3, maybe 4, and maybe 5 back here. Yeah, so we will, I think, want to pull that off and get this all cleaned up so we can see in the motor and figure out how our cylinders are looking. Well, as you can see, I just pulled it out, and it is definitely full of water there, but we got one more to go. I'll undo this, and then we'll pull this all the way out. We'll see what's up, and then we'll see if we still proceed with purchasing this thing. All right, unfortunately, not exactly what I was hoping to see. And every single bore has got junk just spewing out of it. Not great. Not great. Dang, I had high hopes, but I don't know. I'm starting to have my doubts on whether or not I want to continue with this thing. Yeah, this thing definitely had a lot of water. A lot of water in it, unfortunately. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Well, potentially to some of you guys' surprise, but probably not to the surprise of others, we're back at the dozer. It has since snowed a lot more, and despite the motor being full of crap and water, I am a glutton for punishment, and I decided to still bite off on it. We actually ended up working out a deal with a guy where essentially I'm getting it for free. As long as I can move it out of here, it's mine. So as you guys saw in the last video, there's a few trees. So I got my trusty MS250 here. I'm gonna go cut these trees down. I gotta watch out. I got some power lines up above. They're a little close, so I'm gonna see if I can set you guys up. I forgot my tripod. I'm gonna kind of do this quick because I got the trucking company potentially coming today, if not tomorrow, because they also plow, and we got just hammered with snow this weekend. So anyway, I'm gonna cut these trees down, get it out of the way, so when the trucking company does come, they can chain up to it pretty easy and load it onto the landall. But stay tuned. All right, I know this is far off, but best we can do for right now. So we'll see. The old girl wants to start. Wouldn't that be a shame? There we go. All right, well, I don't know how much you guys saw of that because I guess you guys fell again. But anyway, got the first half down and missed the power line, so we're good. Second one is standing up straight. This one was leaning into the power line, so glad we got this one down safe. Next one should go a little easier, then I'm gonna whack the bottom. Probably won't clean all this up right now, but I'll come back and clean it up for the gentleman after we get the dozer out of here. Alrighty, second one down. Still not hitting the power line, so we're 2 for 2, we're good. Just gotta get this guy out of here, and then from there, we'll get that guy out of there as much as we can, but ultimately, I think we'll get it as close down as we can, but I don't think we'll get it all the way. I think we might just have to overcome that stump with a winch. Alrighty, I got a little bit of snow right there. Sorry I didn't film more of that. I just didn't have my GoPro or my stand on me. But got most of the trees all there cut up, and like I said, I'll come back and help the gentleman clean it up more. And that's my problem, not his, because he's giving me a free dozer. But we got that one stumped all the way down. I was able to come around from up underneath the front going this way, and I was able to cut that stump all the way flush. So I guess we got this little branch left in here, but throw it in the pile. Anyway, the dozer is she's free, and actually free, but yeah, so here she is. It's probably next time you guys will see her, she'll be on the back of a landau, hopefully, hauling it out of here. It's only about 10 minutes from my house, actually, and so not that far of a drive. The motor is obviously, I've seen better days, but I was able to find a spare motor for this, or should I say another motor for this, for a reasonable price that needed an injection pump. Not that I know the status of this injection pump, but it is a Case 188D, so a pretty common motor, and found one locally for 400 bucks. So I'm gonna go pick that up probably tomorrow. Today's Monday. Probably pick it up on Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that. Have that motor sitting by. A piece of me still wants to get this one going, and I think I can. I'll have to pop the head and figure out what the extent of the damage inside the actual cylinders, and then see if I got to do any head work. But with the oil sump being full of water too, I kind of just might be easier and more cost effective to just go ahead and put the spare motor in here that we do know has compression, turns over, all that, needs an injection pump. So might just go that route and then keep this one as a spare and get it going. But that's neither here nor there. We got it cut out, so heck yeah. We didn't harm any power lines in the making of this video. If you can see them, still standing. So that's good for a amateur arborist here. Not bad. Landed them right where I wanted to. So with that, we will hopefully see this thing on the back of a landau. All right, guys, today's a big day. We are getting the Case bulldozer out of here. If you guys are familiar with the Northeast, we just got hammered with snow. We got my town got about 30 inches. So I spent yesterday shoveling around this thing, getting it all good to go. Tow truck's here, and weren't able to get a landau in here, so that's been a whole thing. I'll explain it later, but we're finally got someone who's going to give this a shot at pulling it out, and I'll film what I can, and then we'll hopefully get this thing back to the house. Well, she's still there. Couldn't get her out with the ramp truck, so we gotta come back with something a little bigger, breaker free. She's frozen to the ground pretty good. We gave her all we could, but wasn't enough. So see you Thursday, and we'll try again. Alrighty guys, so we are back for what is probably at this point attempt number 3 on pulling the dozer out. First guy was gonna try and pull it out with a landall, but then came and checked it out, wasn't able to get his landall in there. Understandable. And then I got another tow company to come out, and as you guys saw in the last clips there, we gave it our best bet to get it out with the ramp truck, and we just couldn't make it happen. The dozer isn't necessarily heavy, but man, is it frozen, and it has been sitting where it's at for the last 15 years. So this time we are pulling it out with something a little heavier duty, which I'm going to show you here in a second. We got ourselves a rotator this time, and we are going to really start yanking this thing out of there. So yep, stay tuned. I'll turn this around. It looks like the guys already got it hooked up, and I got my trailer, so yeah, wish us luck. There we go. We got the rotator up there, and yeah, we're gonna give her hell. Alrighty guys, so I might have spoken too soon. Not even the 50-ton was able to yank it straight out. So now we're gonna kind of attempt a different approach here. We got some power lines. He's gonna pull the truck back and get it a little closer in here, and we're gonna use the leverage of the actual boom there to try and pick it up and break the ground pressure that we've got on the dozer right now, and that's what's holding it to the ground and the frost. So we're gonna try a little better temp here, get in a little closer, and try it out. Making noise. Yep. Yep. There we go. Oh man. Holy cow. Holy cow. Alrighty, so as you guys saw, we got this thing popped up, and man, is she a little stiff. We unhooked the cable here, and she is staying right where she's at. I mean, she was in a bit of a hole there, but holy cow. I mean, yeah. Again, this thing, I've got to believe this was probably sitting in here closer to 15 years. I think originally I was maybe under the impression it was like 10. Not that, I don't think that makes too much of a difference at this point, but yeah. Granted, we're also not pulling it out at the best time of year, but we're just going to reposition here, and we're going to yank this guy out. Now, straight on, we're just going to winch her to the road, and then hopefully rig it up to the boom so we can lift it up and then put it under my trailer. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, holy cow, this thing was, I mean, just in here. But the old case is finally broke free out of her hole, so that's cool. That's makes me happy. All right, we got repositioned here. Guys can put down the stabilizers, and now we are going to pull this thing out to the road. Now she's broke free, and we got the ground pressure situation handled. It should be pretty easy. Again, this is only about a 7,000 pound dozer. As it sits, this is a 2-way blade configuration, so not super heavy there. And yeah, so this is a 50-ton winch on the truck. So I think it's a little overkill, but as you guys saw, ground pressure and the frost was no joke. Might do me a favor and get that track back on at the same time. Oh, it might go right on. Oh, there it is. Alrighty, so quick little bonus here. I don't know if you guys saw, but this track was off, and that's what parked it, but when we were towing it, we were able to, it walked itself back on because it was already loose, so that's sweet. Yeah, that was a bonus right there. Saved me the headache. Doing a little sideways shuffle here, get it out to the road so then we can get it back under the trailer here. Kind of doing a little song and dance. Boy, does it make me happy seeing this thing out of that hole. It's been there for quite some time. Alrighty, so as we were lifting here, we were able to get the blade to go up and move the lever to release the tension on the hydraulic system there and the spool. So we wrapped the chain around it, back to the body. Now we're holding it up, so easier to load and unload. Going airborne. Alrighty, that's looking a little better. Coming up even. Going airborne. Took a few little attempts at figuring out where we wanted to lift from. Now it's going to be on me to back this under. Yep. We're clear. Nice. Coming down. Airborne case. There she sits on the trailer at last. Heck yeah. Alrighty, here she is on the trailer at last. As you guys can see, it's really not that big of a dozer. It's an 18-foot 5-ton trailer, nothing crazy, and it's plenty big for this gal. So got 2 chains of minders on it because again I'm just running like 10 minutes up the road. Got that track back on, which is a bonus. We got the blade lifted and chained up, which is a bonus because that helps me getting it off and moving it around with the Bobcat. Now I just gotta go up here, turn it around, be on our way. Well, alrighty, home at last. Again, with the power of YouTube, 10-minute trip across town, no big deal. And here is our trusty Bobcat 863, which I have a ton of content on that. And I don't know if that video will come out first or this one, but similar situation, ended up having to do a motor in that, got it going. And over there, we got our engine for this guy, which is intended to go in there. Our trusty 6-liter made it home, probably blew the head gaskets, but you know, that's just the way it goes. I'll get the skid steer back here.
out better than I thought. She's pretty light though. Good job. Just messing around. Success.
Thank you. Alrighty guys, so with that we're gonna wrap up today's video. It's been about 2 weeks since we unloaded the dozer here. The weather is starting to warm up a little bit. I think it's gonna start snowing again here based on the forecast. However, I think we're gonna take advantage of the next couple days of some warmer weather. We're gonna start getting into the next steps on this. So in the next video, we're going to pull the drain plug on this and we're gonna verify for sure that we have water in the bottom end. As you guys saw, the oil here is about 3 times as full as it should be. However, potentially that's just because it's cold or not running. Some of these motors you do have to check while it's running. I'm not sure why they don't put a separate dipstick mark on for non-running level, but I don't know. We'll see. I could be wrong here. So we're going to pull the plug, see if any water's at the bottom of it. I'm suspecting there is. And then after that, we're going to start pulling the front clip apart, getting our radiator out of there, kind of getting ready to start looking at pulling the engine out if needed. I am planning on doing a clutch, water pump, just a lot of these kind of wear components or just like things that we want to get out of the way to make sure we have a good, reliable dozer for years to come. So next video, we're going to jump right into that engine, seeing if it's salvageable, if there's a chance that we can get this going pretty easy. I think we're going to proceed forward with this engine and then keep our backup, which is over here, as a spare backup ready to go. Again, if there's water in the bottom of this thing, I'm not even going to mess with it because it's been sitting like that for a while, and probably just expect that all the bearings in the bottom end are toast. So if we don't have water in there, I think we're going to proceed with pulling the cylinder head off of it, cleaning the top end of it, checking the head, make sure there's no cracks because we did have water in it. We know that for sure. And then potentially give cylinders a few little light hones and then see if we can get her going. So with that, stay tuned. Really excited to jump into this project, and I'll see you guys in the next video.